Welcome to a Cybalounge. I'm sitting here with Selby, and we're going to do a short demo introduction to Cybalounge. And so, first, what I would like to ask you is, what is Cybalounge?
Okay, Cybalounge is essentially, you would identify it immediately as a website. It is pretty much like a standard website. When you start coming in, if you come in, you do not have to register. You can come in to the three-dimensional world as a guest without registering and just all you have to do is give a nickname or your real name, whatever you like. And it takes you the initial page once you've entered as a guest and selected an avatar and entered a name, um, which is the name that will appear over your head once you get in, so people will actually know who you are. All the avatars look pretty similar, so that's not good. That won't help to identify people. It is then a user-built web world arrangement. In other words, you can come into a web world. Well, you can come into web worlds, maybe some other places, but you can't build in them. Here, you can build. I can build at any rate, and you could build if you register. Now, you don't need to register now because you can look over the place and decide whether you want to build. But if you do want to build, then you can actually build your own three-dimensional web world in Cybalounge. It's got the tools that allow you to build, and they are somewhat like the ones we're familiar with in a virtual world. So that's a very quick summary of what Cybalounge is, and there's lots and more information on my blog, and at some point we'll give you a link to go and look on my blog. Okay, that's a quick summary for what is Cybalounge.
Great. So I have another question here as I'm interviewing Selby. Why would anyone want to enter a virtual world on a web page?
Okay, virtual worlds we have virtual worlds that require a viewer, and we have had those for many years, and we really like those. But they do require that you download a viewer and install it on your computer, and then go in and register, and there's some complexity. Some people, if you're in a business or a school, you may not even be able to install a viewer on the computer you have because they may have protections. And in fact, even when you install a viewer on your own computer, you will have to go through a little bit of permissions to allow it to open certain certain firewall barriers. You can do that, but it's not simple. Obviously, it's much simpler to go to a web page. We just had a new visitor come in, and would like to welcome her. She's not in voice yet, but I can see her, and everybody else can see her coming in. Her avatar, stranger, and well, who could use it? Well, essentially anybody could use it. Right now, it's in fact even open and free. Anybody can register, and they can freely start building their web worlds if they know how. And I've published enough tutorials so that they actually can know how. Well, that summarizes, I think, my answer to that question.
Wonderful. So, and you've also answered that my question on does it cost anything to use Cybalounge? Right now, it's currently free, correct?
That is correct, and I wouldn't be surprised. I assume sometime there's going to be a charge. I don't think it's going to cost very much, but I would assume there will have to be a charge at some point if the people coming in gets large enough. But I would tend to suspect that at least for quite a while, the beginning users with one web world will be grandfathered in and probably not have to pay for that for a long time. In any case, right now, you could come in and start learning how to build, and how to use it. Um, and Okay, well, we'll tend to go to strangers assistance shortly. Got any more questions? I think that's all you had.
Well, as I'm sitting here speaking with you, Selby, about Cybalounge, I would like to find a way to put your blog out here so people can go to it. There's so much helpful information about Cybalounge and virtual worlds. Basically, if people just search for your blog, they'll look for
Well,
virtual outworlding
if
dot
they look
blog
for,
posts,
that's
blogspot.
correct. I can give you the link, but actually, the easiest way would probably be to look for, well, even the word outworlding will probably take you to the place simply because it's not a very common world.
Great. So outworlding or virtual outworlding at blogspot.com.
Mm-hmm.